Good morning and welcome back. For this session you join me on the banks of Brasenose 2 on the linear fishery complex. I've been here about an hour and a half. I've only just set my bivvy up. I've been around Brasenose 1, 2 twice. It's quite full. I popped over to Oxley's and there's a queue of traffic in front of me. And a lot of the swims there got snatched up pretty quickly, so I've popped back to B2 and I found a swim which is quite fancy. Got a big open area of water in front of me. Sort of the wind is coming behind me. It is a really bitter cold northerly wind today, so yeah, I'll be glad to have that behind me and not in front of me. Yeah, so like I said, I just got the bivvy up. I need to get everything else set up, get my rods sorted and go from there. Change of tactics today. There's a last minute thing last night. I decided to sort of change things about a bit. Go through that all in a bit. But yeah, for now I'm going to get comfortable, get set up, and we'll see you in a bit. Okay then guys, so like I mentioned earlier, a bit of a change of tactics today. I have decided to go back onto the solid bags. I haven't used them for a while, and it's just a tactic I've always done quite well with. So what I've done is I popped to the tackle shop last night and I bought myself some tapered leaders. These are the Fox ones, £35 down to 16. I've pre-tied solid bags last night just so I can get fishing a little bit quicker today. So as and when I reel in, I'll show you the rigs later. I'm planning on just random casting, just sort of scout out the swim a bit to start off with, see if I can pick up a bite and go from there really. I might fish over a bit of bait if nothing happens on that method, but you know, just got to take it as it comes. I've not seen any fish as yet. I've been watching the water when I'm sat here. Yeah, just got to cast these round every sort of hour or so and see what happens. There you go guys, that's my first tapered shock leader tied up. I'm doing loop the loop to connect it, and like I said, I'll show you the rigs later. So yeah, that wind is bitter, so I'm sort of hiding behind my bivvy at the moment to film this piece. So right, that's one ready. I'm going to chuck a bit of sweet liquid on the top of it for a bit of extra attraction, and then just fire it out into the middle of the lake. Mustn't forget to dip your nets and your slings. It's only dawned on me I hadn't dipped them, so just had a bit of a hike up to the car park. Keep it all safe and clean. Right, let's crack on. Okay, so that's the first rod out. I'll use that as my middle rod, and then 2 more to go. I've got to tie the shock leaders onto them, so I'll get them all tied up and then get them out. That is Baltic out, absolutely Baltic. That's the second rod out. One to go. Okay, so that's all 3 rods out. Different distances I've staggered them. That right hand rod is probably only about half the distance of what my middle rod is, and my left hand rod is about 2/3 of that. So just spread them about a bit. I'm going to give them an hour or so, and then bring them in, just do rechucks, see how we go on from there. I have got the option to bait in air if I want to. I've got some bait with me and that sort of stuff. So initially I was going to give it a go on this method. I've done it before and done quite well on this. So yeah, time to have a tidy up and get that kettle on. Okay then, well, the sun has come out and it's warmed up just a tad, but that wind is still a bit chilly. So I'm shortly going to be re-chucking my rigs out, refresh them. So I'll just take the opportunity to show you the rig I'm using. So basically I'm using a little 12mm wafter down to a little size 6 barbless hook, soft coated, non-coated braid, and a little 2.5 ounce lead, and the bag stem, both all from Carp Mad Tackle. The 3 what are on the rods, I did cheat last night. I went home and on the way home I picked up some pre-tied solid bad rigs from the tackle shop when I was in there getting a bit of bait, just to so I could tie some last night for a quicker start this morning. So these 3 I've made up this morning, which will be the ones that are going to replace them ones. So that's one made. I've got 2 more to make, and then I'll tell you what, that's my second one. I've made one. Nice solid bag, and these 2 I'm going to put some liquid in the bag, some sort of attraction, and then yeah, refresh them all. And yeah, had about 5 minutes of snow this morning. It just snowed for 5 minutes and just stopped. But if that sun stays out like that, that's going to be lovely. Anyway, yeah, let's get these all tied up and swap them over. Okay then guys, well I did a recast on my 3 rods, I don't know, 30-40 minutes ago. Had a visit from a friend, Chris, Carp King 71, popped in to say hello. And yeah, my middle rod must have gone over some thick old weed bed, and I lost my shock leader on it. So I've been having a lead around to find that weed bed, and yeah, so I found where it is. It's a fair way out, and then I've been having another lead round, and I found quite a smoothy, sort of gravelly, clean sort of area. I think I might have picked up a bit of weed just there. Yes, there are patches of weed all over the shop, but nothing like that big clump what's right out where my middle rod was. So what I'm going to do is just do another few checks on this area. A little bit too short. Yeah, it's lovely and clean there. So I'm going to mark the distance. I'm going to put all 3 rods on this spot. It's just by lovely and clean. Just by there's a small weed bed there, and then a little clear area just in front of it. So I'm going to put all 3 rods on there. I don't want to be casting into that massive, thick weed bed, which is not what we want. So I'm gonna retie some bags, mark this distance, and get them back out on that little clean area just this side of that weed bed. And I might even put a bit of bait over the top of them as well. Okay then guys, bit of an update. That little spot I found, I've got my right hand rod on there, so that's like 10 3/4 wraps out. Just this side of just a little bit of a weed bed, it's a bit gravelly, a little bit of silt. So I'm gonna give there a go. It feels quite clean. So I put 1 rod on there already. I'm gonna put some bait on top of it, and then I'm gonna get my middle rod out, and then I'm gonna reposition that on the spot as well. And my 3rd rod, I'm just gonna, there's a bit of a bay out here to my left. I'm just gonna have that out in the bay, just roaming around again. Bait wise, all I'm gonna do is I got some 12mm Tiger Nut boilers, tin of sweet corn, and some sweet pellet soak. I'm gonna mix all that into the bag. I'm gonna give that all in there. Mix the sweet corn with the boilers, good old glug of that sweet stuff. Give it a good old mix up, and I'm going to fire that whole bag out. So that's probably going to be a couple of kilos, I suppose. And then sit on that and see what happens. Okay then, bit of a afternoon update. It's about 2:30 now. I've re-chucked my middle rod and my right hand rod to that spot, just this side of a little weed bed, just short of 11 wraps. 2 solid bags on there, and that is over a baited area of the tiger nut boilies and sweet corn and a bit of glug. Yeah, they've had a couple of beeps on one of the rods. Not sure if it's the wind though, it is quite windy to be honest. But yeah, and my left hand rod I've just re-chucked as well. That is sort of just out in the bay to my left. There's a nice big bay of water there. So I'm just chucking that round here and there. I'm just on the off chance with that one. So yeah, I'm going to leave the rods now for the evening, I think. I've not seen nothing else on the lake being caught. Obviously I can't see the whole lake, but from the anglers I can see, I've not seen much action. But yeah, so a bit of a tidy up and think about having some tea soon, and just keep out this this wind, because it goes right through you. It is brutal. Oh, is that the sun? When that sun comes out and the wind stops for 5 seconds, it is heaven. Anyway, back to my bivvy. It's snowing. I'm not sure if you can make this out on camera, guys, but it is absolutely, the sky is full of it coming down. You sort of see a break here. It's literally a massive cloud of snow coming down. Well, this weather is crazy. I was showing you 5 minutes ago, it was a snowstorm, blowing a gale. I thought the bivvy was going to go. It was horrendous. And in 5 minutes, the wind's died down, and the sun's come out, and I feel like I want to sunbathe. I'm not going to, don't worry. Just take a look at this. 5 minutes from what you just seen. Completely different lake. The rods have stayed the same though, very quiet. So yeah, so we're going into the evening then. That left hand rod I'm going to keep changing every hour. Them 2 right hand rods, the middle and the right hand rod, I'm going to leave on that area. A lot of people have packed up on that far bank. I just had let's put my cup down. Just had a lad pop round, and he was walking around when that wind was about. There's people packing up and trying to move because it was just harsh and not pleasant to be in. So there's a fair few swims over there, free at the moment. I'm not going over there because that is nasty. But yeah, so I'm going to stick out here. Hopefully might have something in the evening. Who knows? Just good to be out, to be honest. Yeah, right, sit back and watch the lake and enjoy this bit of sunshine we got. Good morning, and yeah, what a cold one that was last night. I was nice and warm because I was in my bag and I had the old water bottle, but yeah, outside bit of a different story. As far as bites went, 0, a bit like the weather, 0 degrees. But yeah, I did scout the lake last night. I stayed up quite late and I was looking for any sort of lights going on, see if there's any possible signs of people catching fish, but I didn't see nothing. But this morning what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a coffee, have some breakfast, I'm going to reel in and I'm going to have a wander around the lake and just see if I can speak to a few anglers, see if anyone else has had any joy. If anything has been caught down in that big bowl of the lake and there is a spare spot, I may do a move, but the gates are not far from opening, so there could be a flood of people come through anyway, so that might not even be an option. But that's my plan, and we'll go with that for now. It might be, I might have to change tactics. I might see about putting a few zigs out or something, who knows. But first things first, and that's a hot coffee. Okay then, and I've just been for a lap of the lake, and it's warming me up a little bit. But, yeah, basically not a lot's been happening. There are still anglers still tucked up in their bivvies, and don't blame them. But I spoke to 3 different anglers, 3 different areas of the lake, and they've had nothing. One guy I spoke to, his neighbour, did catch one early last night, like early evening. One guy I spoke to has tried zigs, no joy. And yeah, so there are a few anglers turning up today as well. And so even if there was something to go on and a possible move, you know, it wouldn't be possible anyway. It's getting quite busy now. But it is what it is. The sun's out, even though it's still cold. I'll keep plugging on for a bit. I'm gonna get them rods back out. I've got them led on the rust at the moment. I'm gonna refresh them in a second. Still, it's nice to be out anyway. It's better than being at work, because this is a Friday, so I've got the Thursday and Friday off work. So it's a bonus anyway. I've only been at work. But yeah, I'm gonna make myself another brew and get them bags changed on them rods. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay then, well, these 2 rods on that beta spot, I'm going to refresh them now. So they've been out a while, so give them a rechuck, and then yeah, it's a nice little clean area I'm on over there. So I'm going to put 2 new bags on them and then chuck them back out. So I'm just going to pop that in the clip now actually. Save having to wrap that one up. Should have done it with the other one as well. But never mind. Yeah. Again, yeah, nice and clear spot. Tiny strand of weeds, nothing to worry about. So yeah, refresh them bags. And yeah, just get them back out on the spot. And just get a tangle going on there. Yeah. So. Okay, going to chuck them in the middle of my right hand rod back out into a little spot. Just refresh the bags on them. Still a cold old wind, don't know if you can hear it on the microphone, but still got a bite to it despite that lovely sunshine. That's one. Guy just come past, or a couple of guys just come past in the car, just asking how I was getting on, and I'd asked if they'd heard of any catch reports, and it seems that it's not fishing very well at all, this lake. He's saying he's chatting to the guys on the point, been here since Sunday, and they've had 3 fish. So yeah, it's filled me with confidence, but you never know. You've got to be in it to win it. God, that wind has got a bite to it. Okay then, so it's line bit of a wet. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish spodding out the rest of this 12mm tiger nut boilie and sweet corn over that little spot I've got my middle and right rod on. Just refresh that, and hopefully might be able to entice a bite, but like I said, it's not been fishing all that good by all accounts, so we can only try. It's actually lovely now that sun is out and that wind is just missing me. It's beautiful. Should have kept my mouth shut. Whew. Just let that gust disappear. If it disappears, no, that's not. I'm gonna just have to head to the right a bit just to compensate a bit, I think. Oh yeah, that's right. Right, I'm gonna get the rest of that bag out. I'm gonna bore you to tears with this spodding, so there's not a lot left to do anyway. Probably got another 4 or 5, and then okay then guys, well that is nearly it. I've got about 2 hours left. Don't think anything's going to happen, if I'm to be honest. It's still got a bite to that wind, and yeah, I'm gonna start packing away the non-essentials now, including the camera, so I think that ain't going to be essential the way things have been going. But never mind, that's fishing for you. I still enjoyed it. It's been a great little session to come out. I mean, this is twice now Brasenose has done me over, so I will be back, promise you, and hopefully be able to put things right. But I don't want to tempt fate by saying that. Yeah, so the general thing, it hasn't been fishing well the last few days from what I've heard. But like I said, you've got to be in it to win it. That's cute. But yeah, so I'm going to get slowly packed down. But yeah, if anything happens in the next couple of hours, then yeah, I'll unpack the camera and I'll get out and show you. But not feeling confident on that, like I said. But yeah, it's been great. I appreciate you watching. Sorry it's a blank, but that's fishing for you. I like to keep it real, you know, not just show the good ones and not show the bad ones. But yeah, take take care and we'll see you on the next one.